everyone, Bernard here, hope you're all well. Today a little movie review. A film has got a couple of titles. I think the main title is called The Vanished, but it's also known as Hour of Lead or Hour of Lead, L-E-A-D, however you pronounce that, I'm not too sure. But we'll call it The Vanished for this, please. If you're new to this little channel, please push that subscription button, please push the bell notification. All these little vlogs and TV drama reviews and movie reviews, information vlogs are coming out. That'll be absolutely fantastic to inform and entertain about these new movies that are coming out, and this is the movie today anyway, new TV dramas, etc. Yeah, The Vanished, an hour and 35 minutes. It's classed as a mystery action thriller. I'm not too sure about the action piece, a bit of that. It's not a lot of action in it, there's elements, but it's mainly a mystery crime thriller. It's the story of a husband and a wife that will stop at nothing to find their missing daughter who disappeared on a family camping trip. When the police don't catch any leads, obviously this dastardly duo take over. Written and directed by Peter Facinelli, or Facinelli, I don't know how he pronounces that. My apologies, Peter. He also has a small part in the movie as well, Peter. It stars Heche as the mother, Thomas Jane as the father. A little bit of a different role for him, more action he uses, isn't it? And as the sheriff, the sheriff in this little drama, Mr. Jason Patric. So yeah, so he's got looks quite good in his beard, to be honest with you. A little bit of trivia on this before we just talk about the film. It reunites Anna Heche and Thomas Jane, who obviously also played a married couple, albeit divorced, in the HBO show Hung, which I've never seen, so I might have to go and watch that anyway, because I do like Anna Heche, to be honest with you. Any good? Well, Rotten Tomatoes, it's not very well liked on there. 7 critics. It's only got 2 fresh and 5 rotten, so not fantastic. The Metascore rating, there's only 3 critics ratings on that, but 2 are positive and 1 are negative, so not a total disaster. But I think that we're going to get this sort of feel of hit and miss from many elements. If you look at the Internet Movie Database, that's Joe Public, that's you and me, he's getting an average of 5.6 out of 10, which isn't great. That's based on 457 people leaving a score. Obviously, a few people have left reviews. I had a quick look through all those little reviews, and it's the sort of thing where if you look at people's comments before you watch the film or while you're watching the film sometimes, because I did check a few while I was watching it as well, you sort of not really knowing where these comments are coming from, but as you watch the film it becomes a bit more clear of what they're talking about. So only a 5.6 out of 10, which I thought, you know, but overall the people who actually written a review were quite positive. But these are some of the headlines. It held my attention. That doesn't say too much, does it? Unwatchable, awful, some good, some bad, a must miss, amazing. There you go, devastatingly bad. So I mean, I have picked out some negatives there, but believe me, there's probably slightly few more positives than there were negatives. So looking at it, my little MGN thoughts, my little critique, movie game nostalgia, Bernard's critique on this. There is a lot of criticism, looking through the reviews, a lot of criticism of the acting. Yeah, I mean, obviously Jane and Patric are not known for the Oscar-winning awards, are they? And Anna Heche has done a lot of good stuff, but she's not the greatest by many people's accounts. So there's a lot of criticism, but I think it possibly matched the script, which was at times for this film a little bit odd. And of course, the actors appear, along with that, appear to struggle a little bit, as perhaps we as an audience do as well, with their own roles, because obviously as viewers we are pretty confused by a lot of what's going on in this film. And I think the actors are trying to play it that way as well. So no discredit to the actors. I think they did okay considering the roles they're playing, and they obviously knew what was going on in this film, as we the audience probably don't. No doubt with a child missing, you obviously going to see the parents doing some odd things, aren't you? But obviously what these two get up to is a bit past the pale. You think it's a bit too much for the circumstances. One critic did say at times it bordered on black comedy, and it does have that little bit of feel to it. And another reviewer actually commented that there was an element of Twilight Zone. I think the writer-director Facinelli has actually been involved in Twilight Zone in the past, and yeah, I can sort of see where that's coming from as well, with that statement. So if that's sort of piquing your interest, Twilight Zone, black comedy, then yeah, it might be something for you to look out for and watch. Other characters in it obviously just add to the strange mix. I mean, we have a campsite owner who's Mr. Misery, Mr. Misery Guts, but has he got a dark secret? He has a guy looking after his part for him who's another young man who's obviously weird. So all the characters seem to be adding to the strangeness in the whole story, which is good, because as you're thinking of it, could one of these have done this dastardly deed sort of thing? And obviously the sheriff, played by Jason Patric, seems sort of normal, but even he has his own problems that we'll see as the film progressing. But all this, it just all adds to the feel of the film. I can believe that many people would probably tire this and not watch it all the way through and leave a bad review, to be honest with you, because that would be a great mistake, because it's one you sort of have to stick with, even though it does test your patience at times. Believe me, there's a point to all the madness. So just watch as it gets weirder and weirder, and just enjoy it for what it is. It is going to be a marmite of a film, as you can see from the reviews from the critics and Joe Public as well. I mean, it's been very, very mixed. Yeah, it could have been better, but yeah, I mean, when we get to the end, I think the writer-director Facinelli will be quite happy with the feel and vibe of his movie. I can see where he was trying to go with it. And even if all his audience won't be that happy with it, I'm sure he's quite happy with the end result. I mean, 70 minutes in, I was thinking it was all a bit of a mess and a bit silly at times, but by full time, by the end of the film, I thought it wasn't that bad. So yeah, I had my thoughts changed. So it's an interesting film, put it that way. But it is a bit. If you like your thrillers a little bit weird, then please. Yeah, a little bit. I say it's not laugh out loud humour. There's a bit of darkness in it, but I won't say it's humour, but it's certainly a dark weirdness. I say it's a weirdness more than humour. So yeah, stick with it. As I say, if you like your thrillers to be quite normal and straightforward, a disappearing child one to be quite normal, and the hunt for the child and the police, etc., and suspects, and yeah, I mean, this should be aimed at you, but obviously it's a little bit cliquey, a little bit weird as well. So be wary of that if you do watch it. My little rating for it, yeah, I mean, if you'd asked me, as I said, after 70 minutes, I probably would have been struggling to give it a 5.5, which isn't great. But I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. I mean, I'll nearly give it a 7, but I don't think it quite deserved a 7, because as I say, it's a late reveal as to be a good film, and I thought it was too much of not a good film. But on reflection, 6.5 out of 10, I think it's a fair score for the film. The poster, yeah, I mean, it's what it is on the tin. It's one of these, as I say, it says what it is on the tin. Everything's on the poster, isn't it? Really, the people, the three main people in the film, and the RV and the police, etc., etc. So yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's all right. It's bright enough, isn't it? So to accompany the film, I think that poster's probably pretty spot on. So I'll give the poster 6 out of 10 anyway. So I'll give the film victory today. The film 6.5 out of 10, and the poster 6 out of 10. Please, if you get to watch this, let me know in the comments what you think of it and what you thought of it. As I say, and if you do like, as I said, if you've got to like a little bit. I'll be watching this again with my fiance, who's a bit likes a normal sort of thriller. It'd be interesting to see what her take on it is, because it's sort of the write-up of it promises normal, but we don't really get normal. We get a little bit weird, which is good in a good way, not in a bad way, in a good way as it turns out. So there you go. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please check my links on screen, and if you can have a look at my little website, moviegamenostalgia.com, for old rare DVDs, movie posters from the 1990s and 2000s, some board games on there as well. That'll be absolutely fantastic. And even if you don't buy anything, you don't have to buy anything. Just have a look round. It helps my footfall and gets me up the search engines, etc., etc. Anyway, thanks for watching this today. Please, until you hopefully join me for another little movie review or a TV drama review or an information vlog, please stay safe, everyone. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. More importantly, let's all look after each other. And I'll see you all again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.